Oh man, it's been hella long, but we back. We back. Don't you guys worry. We're doing a little different this year, but we're starting off with some fire, a crazy pay-per-view, man. But how's everything been going with UFC? I felt like forever without UFC, to be honest. We just had a little card over the weekend.
Yeah, we took a while off. I don't remember the last card we actually went over, but yeah, we even didn't go over the
The
one that
John
I
Jones,
went
right?
to the end of the year. Oh yeah, I think it was a John Jones. But yeah, man, we back. Shout out to the group chat on Wax. If you watched last week, I don't know if you can tell those. We can always make our picks on that. But starting off 1-0 for the year with the main events, man. Let's go.
Hey, Dern, man, with the rematch. She came back though at the end. I feel like it was a close match. It was a lot of grappling, but she ended up getting a submission finally.
Nah, yeah,
Um,
it was a cool fight. It was competitive, but then a key thing about like the first fight they did that like a lot of people were making a statement was like, yeah, she was literally like I want to say like how many like 36 weeks after she had a baby.
Yeah, they fought a long time ago the first time. Yeah,
No,
so
but that's saying in that fight it was 36 weeks after she had a kid.
yeah, and that comeback after pregnancy is always a fade. They say usually a fade. It's tough physically, to
So
recover.
yeah, so shout
So,
out Darren.
and then yeah, the tour was cool, man. It was cool. It was weird to have UFC again though. Like I felt like even though it was only like three weeks or something that was off for no UFC, maybe 4 weeks, but it felt like an eternity. It felt
Yeah.
like a whole season, like off season of football. But yeah, man, let's get it popping. It's only right that we light up before we get this on a little smoke down. This year we're looking to do these when we can. Obviously, we're going to try to target the big events, the pay-per-views, but tap in when we can. The group chat on Wax is still going to be around, so y'all need to check that out first. But hopefully, we come through this time. Let's share this screen here because we got a nice card. I think this is a great pay-per-view to start. Oops. Yeah, I think this is a great one. We got a double championship card here. We got Islam Makhachev and Tsarukyan two. They fought earlier in Arman Tsarukyan's career before Islam was champ, and then now they're fighting for the belt. And then you got Merab Divashvili, the champ, versus Umar Nurmagomedov, man, the prodigy of the Nurmagomedov family, the
Yeah.
cousin.
Kind of shady. I feel like Marab should have got like maybe a rematch with O'Malley just to get it, but it's kind of like how they did Aljo, just right away to the top contender now. Because I don't know, I kind of like I don't want to say I don't see no way, but I don't see no way of Marab like winning this fight.
Yeah, it's like we'll talk about it, but yeah, it's like almost like the styles is not good for Marab. Yeah, but let's start at the bottom here, But I think overall this card's pretty solid, man. So I'm super excited. First off here, man, we got Tagir Ulanbekov against Clayton Carpenter at the 125ers. Man, this is an interesting fight here. We got to Ulanbekov here, 15-2. He's 33 years old already, man. Never knocked anybody out. Never been knocked out. Never been subbed. But most recently, even though this is a grappling match, but I don't like this name right here. Formiga. Y'all remember Jussier Formiga. He's a little old now, but yeah, lost the dude in a grappling match. But most recently, he beat Cody Durden in a rear naked choke here back in 2023. So it's been a long layoff for Ulanbekov, man. He didn't fight all of 2024, it looks like, because he had 2 canceled bouts with Alex Perez and Joshua Van, man. So that is kind of interesting as well. And then you got your boy, well, not your boy, but a new boy, Clayton Carpenter, 8-0 prospect. He looks like one of those great white excellence type of pitcher right here. He's 28, looks real young though, well-rounded fighter. And most recently, he has 2 fights in the UFC, but most recently beat Lucas Rocha by apparently a rear naked choke. And then before that, he didn't really fight no one good other than Edgar Shirez in Contender Series. So, let me check the odds on this, man, because I think this is something I was looking at. But what do you think on this?
Yeah, I gotta go with Bekov.
Ulanbekov. Oh, here's the odds right here.
Ulanbekov.
Ulanbekov minus 300 right now. Clayton Carpenter plus 250.
What's the over?
Over is 2.5 at minus 275. So they're feeling that.
That's still ugly too. Yeah.
Damn.
Fuck that fight.
Yeah, no, it's an opening fight. Yeah, man. I mean, Ulanbekov, obviously more experienced. I don't like the 1 year layoff. I also don't like the minus 300 for him because I've definitely bet on him before, man. And he, you know, when you have a guy that fights a lot of decisions, you know, and he grapples a lot, it also gets you kind of nervous too, you know what I mean? So, but I mean, both these guys both have submissions in their most recent fights, you know, so maybe it'll be a crotch sniffing fest to start out the card. So, yeah, I guess, I mean, I'm not betting on Ulanbekov at minus 300. I'll tell you that right now. Like, I think he probably should win, but I don't think he should be a minus 300. So, if you tell me to bet, I'm going to bet on Carpenter, but I haven't yet. So, I'm not doing that. But that's what I'm going towards. And obviously, the over, too. So, somebody's going to win by decision, but I wouldn't bet that either. Minus 275 is Pootie Tang. All right. Onto a better fight. Let's see what we got here. Okay, it's actually your boy this time. This is a reschedule, right? Ricky Tercios against Bernardo Sopaj. You know, we got your boy Ricky Tercios, 12-4 man, and you know he's had some rough outings, but he is a pretty solid guy. He's durable in my opinion, even though he got finished by Raul Rosas, but I still think he's a durable guy. Just the people he's fighting are just not the best. You know, Zahabi, he lost to. He beat Natividad and Brady Easton by split. And then you got Sopaj here. But here, the odds is the great equalizer. You got Sopaj minus 280, Ricky Tercios plus 240. I mean, that's a big gap right there.
Oh, yeah, this fight got canceled.
Man, 11-3. I like this kid.
This fight got canceled like right before it was supposed to happen, right?
Yep, exactly. And the odds weren't as wide as this, I believe. So now they kind of made it even wider. Let me look at that one. What was the last time they were scheduled? Oh shit, it was that wide. Same type of odds. It was 350 or something.
Yeah.
Has that? But yeah, Sopaj right here. I mean, he's a huge favorite. I like Sopaj. I think he a good prospect right here. And go ahead.
Oh no, it's like hella delayed or something. It's hella delayed.
Oh yeah, probably. I see a little connection unstable sign. Even whatever. We'll have to walk through it. Oh, I think I'm back. Oh well, we'll just rock through it. We're recording separate, so I think it'll play all right either way. But yeah, no, I think I'm going with Sopaj here, man. Even though he's a huge favorite, I think he's the rightful favorite. Maybe not as huge as this, but I have him about a minus 250 favorite. So I'm going with Sopaj. Who do you like?
Man, I was going with Ricky last time, but yeah, I think I'm gonna just go with Sopaj or maybe sprinkle something on Tercios. But Sopaj, he's not a grappler, right? He's like a stand-up fighter.
No, and he is a stand-up fighter.
Yeah, hey, nah, fuck it. I'm gonna just pick Tercios.
But yeah, he's. Tercios, you got to stay strong to your last time. It's a huge underdog. Why is my shit hella slow? But yeah, man, moving on, man. I think that fight might not be as crazy though. These two fights, you know, the names are okay, but I don't think it's gonna be as crazy. Next up, man, what do we got here? Damn, why are these going hella slow? Okay, I got you. We got Rinya Nakamura against Muin Gafarov, man. I think this is a setup fight. You got Nakamura minus 550 right now. Gafarov plus 400. Nakamura undefeated prospect, big wrestler. against Moin Gafarov, he looks way old to be honest, but he's actually younger apparently than Nakamura. But yeah, man, looking at Nakamura, I mean, it's hard to evaluate a lot of these Japanese fighters. No offense, because they come in, but the competition they're fighting is like iffy, you know.
Yeah.
And a lot of these guys, I mean, they're just like specialized in one thing or the other. A lot of these guys are grappling. Like, what's that kid? I think he's in the 125er. The kid that lost recently to was it Alex Perez or lost? He lost to
Pantoja, right?
Brandon Royval.
Oh yeah.
Nah, who's the other Japanese dude? Not I know who you're talking about. The one that debuted.
No, yeah, I
but the one that lost to
his name.
Royval.
Yeah, I forgot his name. I was gonna say Tyru. Yeah, Tyru Tatsahara or something. I was gonna say Lord Tensai.
Lord Tensai, Prince Albert. Yeah. Man, that's crazy. That's random. But Prince Albert, that name is fucked up. Apparently, that's named after the dick piercing.
Yeah, it's so funny as a kid. You don't know, and then you find out. You're like, what the?
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's why he was hella like wearing leather and having the piercings and weird shit going on. I didn't know though. Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, man, we got Moin Gafarov here. His name is Tajik. Man, 28 years old, looking hella old, knocked out. But a mixed bag here. I mean, he's fought the way better competition, in my opinion. He most recently beat Kung Ho Kang. Then he lost to Syed Nurmagomedov, then John Castaneda. And then those are his only UFC fights. Everything else was with
those aren't bad losses either.
Yeah, they're not. That's the competition he's been fighting is definitely better, I would say. Because you got Nakamura here, the fights he's had in the UFC. He had 3 actually, but Carlos Vera, shout outs to him. I took a picture with him. He's a personal friend of a friend. But you know, he's an old guy. He's a pure grappler. He's not, you know, it ain't it. And then you got Fernie Garcia, mid, and then you got Kazama below mid. You know, so you got these guys that are just not actually good at all for UFC standards. So it's hard to lay the big number here. You got at 550. I mean, no hot take for me. I think Nakamura wins. But I'm not going to lay 550 on it. I don't think he's worth the 550 price tag. Maybe minus 300.
Yeah, you could throw some pizza money on your boy Gafarov, but yeah, not fucking with it.
See if we can throw some knockouts, man. I think they're juicing the favorites to the tits in these this first card here, man. They're trying to really start out the year just holding you back from winning. But they ain't stopping us. Next up, man, because we going straight into the horny fights. Horny fights, man. We got Carol Rosa against Eileen Perez, part of the twerk team.
Hey.
But yeah, Carol Rosa here. She's actually a lesbian, I believe. Hey. But anyways, she is 30 years old, man. She's quietly been, you know, kind of a female prospect, just not a super entertaining fighter. You know, like she's gonna grapple. She's gonna try to just lay on you, pound you. And pretty much like that's her game plan. She's never been knocked out, decision machine, but she beat Penny Kanziad mid, you know, but then she lost to Irene Aldana, beat Yana Santos by split. That's kind of a red flag, TBH.
Yeah.
And then lost to Norma Dumont.
Yeah, and then I don't know. I feel like there's money worth on Eileen, the horniness, Perez.
Yes, Eileen. You got your girl Eileen over here, Fiona. They call her Fiona because her face looks like the chick from Shrek. Is that why you call her Fiona?
That's crazy.
I don't know if that's a Shrek reference, but she's 11-2. Obviously, she's gotten a lot more popular in the last couple fights here, especially on social media. Especially if you're on MMA, you know, Twitter.
They deleted
MMA,
her page. Yeah, I think she made a new one.
Damn, that sucks. They just because she was promoting her OnlyFans and shit.
Well, yeah, and they're like, yeah, and what I've heard, she's really clapping cheeks on her OnlyFans. So yeah, she's really going full.
Yeah, there's been some leaks.
Yornos.
Yeah, she's durable as hell too, man. Like, she's not the most technical sound, but she can wrestle and she's durable.
She's been on a little streak too.
Yeah, definitely a streak here. She beat Zelenikova by a triangle choke.
Shit, 4 wins.
W-
That's not little.
Yep. Beat Jocelyn Edwards, beat Budalova, and then Ashley Evans Smith. And then only lost to Stephanie Egger back at her, what is it, the debut. So I mean, that happens a lot to people. I would say neither people have fought like crazy competition, levels, but I think this is kind of a big streak. The odds are kind of interesting as well. You got Carol Rosa. Oh damn, she's already a minus 255. And
Yeah, that's what I
Eileen
said.
Perez plus 215.
It's for plus 215 on Perez. I think it's worth that might be like one of the best bets out there. Just straight shot.
Yeah, the line probably has moved too much. I'll tell y'all now, man. I actually bet Carol Rosa earlier. I didn't realize the line's all the way to fucking 250. I bet her when she was about 185, minus 185, because I thought she should have been closer to like a minus 200, but 250 is a lot for someone that's going to have to wrestle, and it's probably going to end up being a decision. The over 2.5 rounds is minus 500.
Gee.
That's crazy. Yeah, man. I mean, if you go Carol Rosa at this point, maybe you go by decision. I think 250 is a little much for me. I think my limit personally is like anything past minus 200 is a little much. Eileen Perez, though, I mean, if you could bet her at money line, because at plus 215, I think that's could present some value there. But yeah, we're going head to head on this one. I'm going with the boring non-twerker, this lady. She might be the husband. I'm not sure. Next up, man, who do we got? Okay, we got Grant Dawson. I thought he was a prospect too. Now he's on the prelims against Diego Ferreira.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is crazy, man. We got Dawson. He's actually a minus 255 favorite, and Diego Ferreira plus 215, man. This is damn near the exact same odds as a Carol Rosa and
Ferreira
Perez.
He's coming off a win, right? Didn't he yoke somebody where he was an underdog?
Yeah, man. He's 40 years old, and he was an underdog. He's usually the underdog. He beat Rebecki, if you guys remember. Mateus Rebecki.
Where he made his eyes
Ferreira's
like
plus
crazy.
380.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And he also beat Michael Johnson in 2023.
Yeah, he slept him, but he was losing, and then he just cold cocked, like Johnson's
the classic
chin
Michael
is like,
Johnson.
I know, hey, but he's on a little tear right now. Also,
are you saying the old man are gonna come through in the tear right now? But yeah, man. I mean,
bro.
Hell yeah, this is kind of crazy, man. I mean, I hate to go against Diego, not really, but I just can't. I can't do it, man. I know he is doing a lot better, and he's doing good for his age and what people project him to be. I just think it's 2025. We're turning a new leaf, and Grant Dawson, although he was disappointing against Bobby Green, right? He got knocked out by Bobby Green.
We're turning beta.
Yeah. Yep. Bobby Green knocked him out 2 fights ago, but the last 3 fights ago, but the last 2 fights he beat Rafa Garcia and Joe Solecki. Granted, those aren't the most amazing top level fighters. I think Diego Ferreira's more experienced for sure. And definitely way better, I guess, like offensive grappling. Not better than Joe Solecki, but like way more experienced with the grappling. So, but with that being said, man, I got to go Grant Dawson, man. I'm probably I haven't bet him yet, but I think I'm going to throw him in a parlay with somebody. I'm not sure. Maybe those people that haven't bet Carol Rosa yet, man. To me, Dawson, Carol Rosa get a little even money. But I'm going with Dawson, man. Who do you like?
Yeah, same. I'm with you. With Grant.
Yeah. He might get caught again. That's always a liability, but I'm going with the younger guy for sure. Pause. Next up, man, we got Zachary Reese, 8-1 against Azamat Bikoev, who's 18-3, aka the Kingpin. That's what they call him.
Ooh.
This is actually a replacement fight, I believe, right?
Zachary's supposed to fight somebody else, right?
Oh, hell no. Zachary's was supposed to fight Zadriquez Dumas.
Yeah.
Dumas just withdrew.
He was a big favorite, too. Or he was like minus 200 favorites, I'm sure, I think.
Yeah, 260. I bet Zach Reese against Dumas actually at minus 260, but now it got refunded. I got to look at that shit now. I'll look at it after. Damn, and then now they got it the opposite here. They got Zach Reese plus 210. Bikoev is minus 250. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's a whole switch up, man. But yeah, man, I don't know too much about this guy, but Koev, obviously
He's
18-3.
was he Russian?
Yep, Russian. He's one of those. He got that name where you know he probably could wrestle. Just that name is a wrestling type of name.
He's fighting at American Top Team.
Yeah, so he definitely could wrestle, right?
Well,
American Top Team.
He's wrong.
No, he never been finished as far as knocked out goes. And he's from the LFA, man. The last 4 fights in the LFA, he's won. He actually beat Dylan Budka, who's in the UFC. They fought in the LFA, and it was a split decision. So this guy, I mean, but he does have some losses in his past career, like in ACA. I didn't watch any of these, and I've never seen any of these, but looks like he has a few losses. So he's not invincible, right? So, you know, for me, I haven't bet this. I told y'all I bet on Zach Reese at when he was against Dumas, but I might sprinkle on Reese, bro, at plus 210, bro. I just think this guy's been preparing the whole time, and Bakoev, even though he could wrestle, I mean, I'm not laying minus 250 on the unknown for me personally. So yeah, with that being said, I guess I'll go Reese for the culture, but I haven't bet anything on this.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of disrespectful making his UFC debut against Zachary Reese, who's kind of, who's semi-decent. I think there's a shot on him. I'll probably go with Reese, too.
Yeah, at that plus money. Ooh. The prelims are getting heating up a little bit here, man. We got Jalton Almeida against Sergey Spivak, man. I actually like this match at the heavyweights. It looks like Jalton Almeida is going to stay at the heavyweight division. Remember he fought at the light heavyweight before?
Against who? Yeah, that's like back in the day, though, right?
Yeah, that was who was it? Yeah, that was a little while ago. It was against it was against it was a catchweight against the Pleasure Man in 2022. And who did he fight? Maybe I'm tripping. Oh, this is way back. Yeah, he's been in the UFC for that long, bro.
Who?
Jalton Almeida?
Since when?
Bro, he fought Contender Series in 2021. And then he fought his first UFC in February of 2022. I didn't realize time flies, bro. Thought this fool like debuted like a year ago.
He just
2 years.
Well, it's because like he was getting hella hype, but his fighting style isn't the best. So
he can't strike like that.
I mean, he probably could, but he probably might be just scared to. He just straight for the takedown. And then the thing is, even when he takes you down, he doesn't pound on you. But his last fight, he did good though. Like he went there going for the kill.
Yeah, he beat Romanov and choked him out. And some would argue that Spivak and Romanov are similar in style.
Bit. I think the same thing happens here. If he doesn't sub him, I think he could TKO him on the ground, but I think he'll club and sub.
It has to be on the ground, yeah.
Yeah, because this guy, he's over here catfishing with his picture because he does not look like that no more. Sergey Spivak.
Oh,
he looks
Spivak?
like if you were talking about Fiona, about Homegirl looking like Shrek's wife. This fool actually looks like Shrek now.
Like straight Shrek? Yeah. That's hella funny though. Polar Bear, man. This guy's funny. 17-4. Look at the odds, man. This is one thing that made me pump the brakes. Jalton Almeida is minus 430, and Spivak is plus 330. That's the only thing that gets me sketched. Because don't get me wrong, I'm a big Almeida. I was on the Almeida train at one point at the early in his career. But I think it was maybe because I just saw physique pause. But like I was like, oh yeah, this guy got it. If you could grapple like that, and you got the look, the physique, you're Brazilian, you're an Afro-Brazilian, you over here like, come on, muscle man. And then you said he was sketchy after a while, after being like favorited so largely, So for me, man, I'm not laying 430 with Almeida. I'll tell you that right now. Do I think he's probably much better like grappler on the ground? If he gets this on the ground, then Spivak is in trouble. Yes, but am I laying 430? No. If anything, I'm gonna sprinkle on Spivak plus 330. To be honest with you, I haven't done it yet, but it's tempting, man. I'm gonna wait. Because if it keeps going up and you get Spivak plus 350, 360, 370, up to 400, that'll be tempting to put a little pizza money on it for sure. Over's 1.5 rounds at the over 1.5 is minus 105.
Yeah,
So
that's interesting. But yeah, I got Jalton all the way. I'm gonna throw him in a fat, greasy parlay.
the Grease, yeah, I think he should win, man. He needs to win because he's kind of the guy that they rather push, obviously.
No, I mean he
Yeah,
should win. It's like I don't want to say it's a lock, but I don't know because like Spivak, the way he only can fight is Jalton is that's his way, and he's like way better than that. It'd be like the Romanov fight. I want to say.
yeah. Spivak has that style. It is the styles, which is why I think the odds are so wide.
Yeah.
Is Spivak's not really a stand-up guy either, and if he was, it'd be like he'd have a way
Yeah.
better chance of knocking a dude out. Almeida
Yep. Oh, and the thing is,
out.
I don't think his wrestling is as good as Almeida because at least that's what Curtis Blades had. Curtis Blades
Mhm.
had good wrestling, which the first round Curtis Blades got yoked, but then later when he was like posted up against the cage and he dropped the elbows and actually finished Almeida, I don't think Spivak could do that because I think he'll just get
Yeah.
dipped on his head or his back.
Yeah, they say the cure to a lot of this BJJ stuff is if you're a really good like American wrestler, Olympic wrestler, it could actually fuck up a lot of the BJJ, fuck up the BJs. Next up, man, speaking about BJs, we got Prospect, the huge favorite, biggest favorite on the card, biggest favorite of the year so far, Peyton Talbot against Raoni Barcelos. Peyton Talbot right now, he
Yeah.
is a minus 1,000 on Bet Online, and Barcelos is plus 675. Man,
Yeah,
that
Barcelos,
is
he looks like an alternate version of like Jose Aldo, like his little cousin or little brother.
hell
But
yeah.
Barcelo's been there for a minute. This is smart for the UFC. I mean, they're just building up Peyton Talbot. You know what I mean? He actually won his last fight, which is why I think he was losing. He won it. I might be tripping, might be smoking, but I think Talbot should get this. The way he's been doing, I think he just went easy. But minus
Yeah,
one
man. I
thousand is
mean,
crazy.
exactly. I'm with that same thought. It's like I'm on the Talbot train. Like I'm that guy. Like I like everything he does, the sus shit he does, just everything. I'm cool with it. He pole dancing. He's tatting his belly button. He's fucking. I don't know what he's doing, but all that shit he's doing is fine. He got a nose septum Prince Albert piercing. It is what it is. But minus 1,000, I'm good. I'm not risking minus 1,000 on all that. All that I said right there. I love the guy, and I think he's going to be good, and he definitely has a championship potential and contender potential in the future. And I think this is actually a tough test for him, man. And if I had to sprinkle
Yeah.
money on anything, I'm taking the shot with Raoni Barcelos. Not to think that he wins, but I just think to lay minus 1,000 against a kid that is up and coming against someone like Raoni, who's super good compared to like what the general public would think about him, right? Like he's actually very skilled. He a crazy grappler. He can scramble. It's just that if he decides to stand, which he probably will, then Talbot will probably pick him apart and then probably finish him. So,
Yeah.
but I can't lay minus 1,000.
What's Talbot by TKO?
Talbot TKO is minus 190. Yeah, I mean it's not great, but at the same time, it's much better than minus 1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that too. It's probably Talbot TKO. I'd rather play that. I might play that actually, even at minus 190. That's the most likely that's gonna happen. But yeah, man, be on the lookout for this kid. He's sus but cool at the same time. You know what I mean? So he's kind of like what's that song when it was popping? Going up on a Tuesday. I love McConan. Sus but cool at the same time. Next up, man, we got Bogdan
It is
Guskov.
Tuesday also. Got the
Oh
club
yeah.
going up.
Yeah, that
On
song
a
still goes hard. It's
Tuesday. It's just
timeless.
well the remix. It has to be the Drake though.
Oh, you don't listen to just I
Yeah.
love McConan.
Man, well, I remember when that song came out and like that's when Drake and Lil Wayne tour was out here. It was on a Tuesday. I thought he was gonna play that shit, but he didn't play it.
Oh, that's weak. He didn't play that.
Because it had just came out, literally just
Oh,
came
okay.
out like that week or like the few weeks or something like that, and it was like because when they do tours like that, it's just like a set show that they have to do, and that was Drake versus Lil
Yeah.
Wayne, so like it was crazy.
Damn, that's the only one I missed out of the tour too. Out of all his tours.
Because then he brought out YG and they did like "Who Do You Love" together and shit. It was
Oh
crazy.
no, I saw it because my homies went and motherfucker, I was stuck in Stockton. I couldn't
Hey,
go. It was
so
in
close
Shoreline.
but so far.
Yeah, it was in Shoreline. It was on a weekday, bro. I had
Yeah,
school.
it was on a Tuesday. I
Yeah,
worked.
crazy.
Liddy. I should have bought some merch. God damn it.
We got this Bogdan Guskov, Billy Elikana, which is interesting. Bogdan is the guy that, I don't even know what country this is. Uzbekistan. Okay. He's like the new school. What's his name? Anthony
Yeah,
Smith.
he been winning too. He been sleeping. Who'd he sleep recently? Was it Johnny Walker or am I tripping?
Ryan Spann.
Oh yeah.
Although Johnny Walker's a great high percentage guess.
They should book that fight next if this guy wins.
They were supposed to fight and it got canceled back in January. Oh, Johnny Walker was supposed to fight Guskov right for this event, but it looks like Johnny Walker dropped out. He had an injury.
That guy.
He ran into a wall. Ran into the door.
I think is he been getting slept too. Like if you see the highlights, it's like the old ass thing. And even in the gym, he's just been getting.
He just always gets slept, bro. Like, how are people not stopping him and telling him to go to like the brain doctor?
He's like 6'6", right? He's like
humongous.
It's crazy.
But Billy, who are we talking about right now? Oh yeah, we're talking about Guskov. Yeah. This guy, obviously, he's gonna be striking. He wants to make the highlight knockouts. He's been knocking fools out. Ryan Spann, Pauga, in his last two fights, and he only lost in his debut fight to Ozdemir through a rear naked choke. Though that was crazy. Yeah, I remember
Ozdemir's first sub.
Yep, I remember. I bet Ozdemir, but I also bet Ozdemir by knockout, and I was like, "No way, this fool got a sub, bro. Like, this is crazy." Right? But yeah, man, Elikana. This guy, I don't know too much about this guy, to be honest. 7-1, man, since he just picked up the short notice fight. Also a big kid, very durable. He's still new, so he hasn't really been tested, I believe. But apparently he was in the PFL in 2023. Oh, I have seen him. I didn't realize he picked up this fight. Yeah, my favorite. Yeah, man, I don't know, man. PFL, although I'm a fan, doesn't mean that I think that the talent is better, especially on short notice, man. I mean, Guskov minus 300. I'm going Guskov, rightfully a minus 300.
Yeah.
Greasy parlay.
What's Guski by knockout?
Guskov by knockout is minus 150. Damn. So that's the most likely outcome.
Let's get it.
Yeah, man. Guskov all the way here. Sorry, Billy. Even if Billy's good, it's just like when you see the PFL on your shit and that's your only resume, and you're not even fighting the top people in the PFL, then it's just like, I don't know what to tell you, man. And this is before they merged, too. He was fighting just regular PFL people. Okay, man, we're going. Okay, let's go. We're going to the main card now. We're going with the opener, Kevin Holland versus Rainier de Ridder, RDR.
RDR coming off of a way too tough of a fight with GM3. I don't know. I think Holland should get him out of here.
Hey, GM3 was about to win it if he didn't get finished.
And then he was trying to call out fucking dude. He was trying to call out Kamzat.
Yeah, I don't know why. That fool was tripping. But yeah, man, Kevin Holland, he's definitely that I don't know if he's a gatekeeper, but he's the guy that's just like been there. He's Mr. Consistent fighting. He came out with a rap song? Or he was featured on a rap song. Yeah, he was on his friend's song. He started rapping. Kevin Holland.
He might be trash now. We'll see.
Yeah, he's better fighter than he is a rapper. I'll tell you that.
What's the last fight? He's an L too.
Yeah, man. He most recently lost to Delice. That was a crazy thing. He had a rib injury. You remember that? He was like holding his side.
But he was getting like rocked though, I want to say.
Yeah, he was getting beat up for sure. And the only person he beat in the last 4 fights was Michael Olazashek through an arm bar, which was crazy.
But some fights were close though. Well, the Venom Page he got yoked, but the Jack Elena, that was a close one. I thought Kevin Holland won that fight.
It was
wasn't that UFC Panoche?
Where was that? That was September 16th. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that was UFC Panoche.
And then before
that, they turned it to the Sphere.
Ponzinibbio. I mean, he's fought the pretty much a lot of the top big names in the UFC. So he's pretty much done that.
He's a favorite, right? Or what is it?
No, man. He is a favorite, but Let me see here. It's a pick'ems right now on Bet Online, -110 each way, man, which is crazy. You got the Dutch Knight here, 18-2, supposed to be a prospect because he came from one championship. But
Yeah,
he most recently beat GM3, like you said, man. And when I saw this, you could say that I'm square. You could say that I'm a, UFC homer or whatever. But dude, I was on GM3 against Reiner or whatever, and I felt like that was value. GM3 was like plus 250 or some shit like that, or plus 300, and GM3 was definitely keeping up the whole time and almost knocked dude out.
Tapped.
Like dude was wobbly, and
he's also GM3 also was getting cracked though too.
Yeah, they both were getting cracked, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, you get him plus 300 keeping up. That's good. Plus 250. But yeah, I'm going Kevin Holland here. I think the odds kind of could say it all too, because like Kevin Holland's been losing a lot of fights,
But this is like a good one for him to win though, because
Exactly.
come on, like I mean, I'll give it to De Ritter. It was his UFC debut, but then also like what do you think Kevin Holland would do with GM3? I feel like he would yoke him. So I don't know. So we'll see what's up. It should be a good fight. It's if this guy, because the thing is, Kevin Holland is also a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Like he's under Travis Lutter. He got a black belt, so it's not like he's not bad on the ground. If you're a wrestler, it's all bad. Like the Kamzat fight, that was terrible. Like the way he got yoked in that fight, that was insane. And I don't know. De Ritter said, like you said, he wanted to go against Kamzat. I don't think he could yoke Holland like that, but we'll see. But for sure, I got Holland like you.
Yeah, I think it's a cheap price on Holland, man. I think, Pick'ems is very reasonable. He should be a bigger favorite. But I am worried because, like, I do agree that Holland, we always talk about him being a black belt on the ground with BJJ, but a lot of times he accepts the position. Like, you remember, even when he knocked out Jacare Souza, you remember that crazy one? But guess how he knocked him out? He was on his back, bro. Like, he was getting taken down. He like accepts getting taken down a lot because I feel like this fool just like be high, bro. He just like doesn't give a fuck.
That's one thing. Yeah, Colin is always a sketch bet for sure. Yeah. So it's like at least it's pick 'em. So like you're not gonna lose. You're not losing too much. You know what I mean? But yeah, he sketched the bet on. He could say, like you just said, he could give up a submission. And what's his name? He showed that he could. You give him something, he'll take it right away. I mean, he tapping out GM3 is also pretty good. Who that's all he's good at in the UFC. He's tapping people out. So yeah. Hey, shit. Maybe you might have just talked me into going for De Rider. I don't know.
De Rider by submission is plus 285. If you're interested,
that's pretty.
Under over is 1.5 rounds at over at being or minus 185 for over. So
1.5. That's pretty good. I think that should go over. I think.
Yeah, that's not bad either. But yeah, I like Kevin Holland here in my opinion. But yeah, like you got to know what you got to know about Kevin Holland going into it. That it's always a risk that he might be a piece of shit. So
yeah.
So just be forewarned and just understand that might be a possibility. Next up, man, we got this is actually a low-key good fight here. We got Beneil Dariush against Renato Money Moicano, my friends, my brother. Okay, man, they got Moicano. He's catching fire here, man. He's actually a huge favorite, kind of. He's minus 170 right now, and Dariush is plus 145. Man, I think at one point Moicano was minus 200.
Moicano dogged Benoit Saint Denis, but that was
crazy.
Because he couldn't, like, he fought him he just took him down. He won't be able to do that with Beneil Dariush. You know what I'm saying? Beneil Dariush, he's excellent at wrestling and jiu-jitsu. Only thing worried about for him is maybe he's an OG. He's up there, and the thing is, what is he? 38, 37? But he's fought so much, like, you know what I mean? And
but they're the same age. They're literally like a month, not even a month apart.
But I feel like Dariush been in the UFC forever.
Yeah, and Dariush is old.
So that's Moicano,
he looks
too,
old. Dariush looks old. He got the gray hair. He like has the whole dad lifestyle. You know what I mean? Like, whereas Moicano's all like young vibes still.
If I could have more kids at 60, I will. Or would he say some shit like that? Or like his dad?
Oh yeah. He said he needs to fuck more or something. Like, yeah, that shit was funny. And this guy's like a Brazilian guy that just loves America. Like he just loves everything about just being America, MAGA. Joe Rogan, just all
Joe
great
Hogan,
American things.
Joe Hogan, Joe Hogan. Nah,
Joe
but yeah,
Hogan.
he's turned himself into like a good entity. His podcast is with like who is it with Gilbert Burns and somebody else. Yeah, it's gonna be a good
The
fight, but
Brazilian fools, right?
actually, I'm gonna go with Dariush, man. Fuck it, he's in LA too, so it's a home fight. Yeah, I'm going with Dariush. Fuck it, just because I fuck with Manny Moicano though.
Hey, yeah, you know I'm a big fan. We saw him at the convention, the UFC convention thing. No, you weren't there, were you? You weren't waiting in
Nah, I
lines
wasn't.
all day with us. Oh, I
Nah,
saw him. He signed one
I
of my
didn't go this
gloves.
year. I went last year
Oh yeah,
when I get to meet Izzy.
yeah. You don't love waiting in lines every year. That's all the convention is.
Well, cause I used to do that shit back in the day. You feel me? Like
Yeah,
I've been
man.
going to the expo since like 2011, 2010. Back then
It's
it
probably
was
way more
better.
cool.
It was way better back then because then back then they had all the fight game was there. It wasn't just UFC. It was literally Strike Force, whatever was around back then, kind of Asian shit. Like whoever can come, it was everybody.
Yeah, and it was probably not like MMA wasn't as huge like
No,
10, 15
lines were
years ago
still
compared.
crazy. Like
Oh,
GSP
really?
line wait was like 2-3 hours.
Oh hell no. Yeah, that's the only thing that like, I was like, fuck, I'm just here to wait in lines. I feel like that's all I'm doing.
But back
But yeah,
then
man.
back then you could like buy something and they would give you like you could cut the line.
Oh, that's lit. Oh yeah, I would have been shopping then for sure, for sure. I'm with you. I'm with you on this one too, man. Actually, I think there's value on Dariush. But I had the same thoughts when I first saw this match. I'm like, Dariush is he old as shit? Like, I'm like, this fool's like 40, right? Like 40 something.
Like
What is
80
he
in fight
doing?
years.
Yeah, man. But I mean, he's well rounded, like you said. Like, and the people he's losing to in his last two fights are like top notch. Tsarukyan, Charles
Yeah.
Oliveira. Um, and look at he beat Gamrot before, who I mean he's been kind of losing too, but like is still a top contender in the division.
Yeah.
So I'm
Nah,
going
very
Dariush as well.
Benil Darius is always game, man. It's like I'm just worried about his chin because that last fight with Saryukin was fucked up. Because it was literally what the first 30 seconds, 1 minute, he just fucking took his ass out, like marked him.
Yeah. I thought going into this, it was either going to be a way closer odds, or I thought Dariush was going to be the favorite. And when I saw that Dariush was the underdog, I was like, oh, this means Moicano's stock is like super high, especially after
What's
beating Saint Denis.
what's the over?
Over under is 2.5 at Pick'ems,
Okay.
minus 110.
Yep.
That's crazy. Yeah, man. I think, man, Moicano, obviously, Moicano, we know he got a knockout last time, but it was a different type of knockout. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah, it
a
was for a
situational
cut.
thing.
And then remember, what's his name was kind of low key coming back, even though he was fucked up. Because and then even Moicano said that he was like worried because he tore his shoulder or something like that in that fight or something. I want to say.
Yeah, I'm with you here. Yeah, the more we talk about this, the more I'm just liking Darius at plus money.
Yeah,
You
because
know,
even the fight against Moicano's fight before that, he was getting yoked by dude who blew it for himself, Jalen Turner, right? Like,
yeah, we were there.
exactly.
I remember I had money on Jalen Turner. I'm like, bro,
We were smoking. Remember, we were smoking. We were watching it from the smoking section.
I was like, oh my god, bro, what is going on? That's crazy. Okay, we're getting to the main three fights here. This is heating up here. I like this one right here a lot. I think this one's the fight I'm looking forward to compared to even the main two main events. We got Yuri Poshaka against Jamal Sweet Dream Hill, man. Let's go.
Man, the way Jamal Hill has turned, I gotta go against him. So I'm just saying that off the rip.
Yeah, he's definitely not a likable person at all now, especially. It was a pick'ems. He's about a minus 125 now. Yuri about plus 105, so still kind of close odds. Yeah, man, this guy's 12-2. Jamal Hill looked real bad in his last fight. He got bad tattoos, bad attitude, just overall just bad. He got hella kids too. A lot of problems going on with him, but Hey, he got hands. He lost Alex Pereira, but now he's saying
Former
like,
champ though. Former champ.
yeah,
Can't say
exactly.
shy.
But the thing that everyone doesn't like about him is obviously after he lost to Pereira, he's complaining, saying it was like a cheap move. It was
Yeah.
like some bullshit. It's like, nah, bro, you got pieced up. You
Hey,
just
we
take
were
it
there
and come
too.
back. Exactly. Oh, we were there too, man, witnessing that. And before that, I mean, he beat Glover, and then everyone else is like whatever. To be honest, Thiago Santos was old. Johnny Walker, we already talked about that.
Yeah.
Jimmy Crute. So it's like the competition level isn't, in my opinion, that great. Whereas Yuri, who also came from the Japanese scene here, also been his chin's a little sketchy as well. But I feel like he's fought some decent competition, to be honest, slightly decent. But Pereira,
Oh
he
yeah. I
lost
mean,
to Rakic. He lost to Pereira
sucks.
twice. I mean, that's okay.
Sucks the Pereira fight. That was last minute. That was a short notice fight, right?
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, because remember they filled in for something. Something happened. I forgot. It was supposed to be Conor McGregor, and then they ended up just making this fight
Oh, both of
happen.
them was short notice fight for both of them fighting.
Well, no, but not the first one. The first one was actually it was just a co-main event, but it had to be the main event.
Yeah, I'm talking
Because
about
that
the
was
most
good.
recent one when he filled in for the Connor headline. Remember?
Yeah, that was this. The most recent one was a short, like literally, like what, a few weeks or something like that, or a month.
Yeah, for both fighters, not just one.
Yeah. You're right. But then he got
Yeah,
slept.
both
The
of
fight
them.
before that was UFC 300, which we were there as well, and didn't like the way that fight was looking. It was kind of nerve wracking. Like we had money on Yuri. He was plus money that
Yes.
night. But the thing is, the way he was fighting was he was taking a lot of damage. But he said he did that on purpose. Like I feel like with Jamal Hill, he can't do that. He got to go in. He got to go in for the kill himself.
Exactly.
Because
And
I'm pulling for Yuri on this one. Like I said, I can't fuck with Hill right now. Even though
you
I got
bring up a
Khabib.
good point, man. He's gonna have to go like that. He can't do what he did in his other fights and fuck around because Jamal Hill, if he does land on you and he does consistently be touching you up, that touch him up university, then he's gonna be putting him out for sure. Like Yuri's
And
gonna go
then
to sleep.
another thing, Jamal Hill, he should be fighting for a lot right now. He has a lot to prove. He has a lot of shit to back up what he was doing. You know what I mean? Like all the shit that he's been talking on the internet. Like he also, he's gonna feel that too. So like, it's gonna be like he's gonna probably try to be the best version that he has that night.
Hey, you're bringing up good points, but points for me here. As much as I like Yuri, and I'm a big fan of Yuri, I'm going Jamal Hill here. I think this is a good
Oh
spot for him to bounce back on someone that's pretty decent here. And I think Yuri, as great as he is, he's just very hittable, and he's like down to get hit for whatever reason. So I see him possibly even getting knocked out, and I think there's going to be a rematch possibly between Jamal Hill and Alex Pereira.
yeah, we
I
need
think
that.
that's going to set it up. But at
Yuri
that
got.
point, I don't know if I'll go Jamal Hill there.
I want to see Yuri at 185, but for this fight, I'm gonna have, like I said, I can't go with Jamal Hill. I gotta bet with Yuri.
Under over is 1.5 rounds. The over is minus 155, which is interesting. So I think it's gonna be a finish. I think someone's got to finish. Whoever wins, kind of got to finish them. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
because the thing about Hill too, he's like hella rusty. Because he's coming out that ruptured Achilles, and then what he fought Pereira. It went to the second round, or was in the first round? Second round, huh?
Second round.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Okay.
sure.
So like he only literally fought for 6 minutes back, and that was his only fight back since the Glover fight, right?
Yeah, since that was the injury, right? He got injured at
Yeah.
the basketball game in between the fight.
Yeah, because he was hella like heavy or some shit, and then he's trying to hoop.
That fool be okay. So that's another thing about Jamal Hill that kind of like makes me feel like he always looks like he's out of shape, like for a UFC champion level fighter. Like for a regular person, yeah, he's in great shape. But like for a UFC fighter, like, come on, bro. You're cutting weight. You know what I mean? Like you should be lean. But I like Jamal Hill. KO is plus 200. That's
Yeah,
a
I feel like
maybe.
that's his way of winning too.
I might look into that. I haven't fired that yet, but I did fire Jamal Hill.
Yeah.
But I think that's gonna be the possibly fight of the night. I like it. I think someone's getting bonus money, regardless of who wins in that fight. All right, man. People that might not get any bonus money. We got Merab Dvalishvili, the champ, against Umar Nurmagomedov. And this is an interesting fight because the last two fights, the odds are wide. You got Umar here at minus 300, Merab plus 250, who's the champ, by the way, and beat Sean O'Malley in a fight where he was dominating the whole time, but it wasn't a crowd-pleasing performance. Yeah, straight
it wasn't
dominating.
in the
We were there once again. We were there in the sphere.
History.
Yeah, incredible. Everything about the fight was incredible except for the actual fight. But the setup to the fight was incredible.
That shit was crazy. Yeah, it was like we went for that.
Hey man, that shit is I still think about it randomly. I still think about it.
Shit, hell yeah.
I never think about any other UFC event. I still think about that one.
It was popping, bro. That movie thing was dope as fuck.
All of it is crazy, yeah. But who do you like here, man? I mean, this is a tough one.
Yeah, like I said, we were talking about earlier before it started. I think it's messed up the way they did the Merab, the quick turnaround. Especially against a fighter like this, anything Nurmagomedov is beasting out there, and then this fool's just been kindling it. Last fight with Cody Sandhagen, he basically won every single round, like easily, you could say. And I just think the size and the size for this one is gonna give Merab a hard ass fight. I think it goes to decision, but I also think maybe Umar could sub him. I don't think Merab's ever been subbed, right? I don't know. Because I don't see a TKO happening in this fight. Unless maybe Merab could sleep him or something. But, yeah, what's the over?
I don't think that's going to happen either. By the way, Merab's never been knocked out. He's been submitted once. Ever. The under-over is 4.5. The over is minus 280.
Fuck.
Yeah, so they think it's going to be a decision.
Yeah, I mean, I see the decision unless what's the name gets subbed, Merab.
Yeah, man. I feel like this could be something dope. Like someone could knock someone out, but at the same time, it could be just boring as fuck.
Yeah, like the Sandhagen fight.
Yeah, this is sketch.
But yeah, man, I gotta go.
Go ahead.
I'm going with Nurmagomedov. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you here. I mean, it's hard to go against Umar. I mean, he does everything solid. Obviously his striking is not the best, but it's still. I mean, I think his striking is a little better than Merab, to be honest. Like. Merab's a little sketch on striking. Merab's a lot older. I think Merab's 34, 35 right now. Whereas Umar's like 28, 20 going 29.
Yeah. And then one thing about Umar that was sus was like the inactivity. And then this is pretty like close to his last fight. So I feel like that's also a good thing for him.
Yeah.
And he's fighting on the card as Islam. Is like they can't lose.
The badass. No. But the thing holding me back, man, I don't know. I keep seeing this number like plus 250 on Merab, and it's just getting me. But I haven't fired it yet because I don't think he wins. I'm just thinking like, how does he win though? Like, how does Merab win?
It'd have to be like a flash knockdown or something, like a knockout.
Yeah, it does. But do I even think like what's the percentage I think that would even occur that Merab flash knocks out Umar? Like slim to none.
If Sandhagen like couldn't have had no chance. I feel like nah. I feel like it's Umar's it's that style of fight the way they do, man, and they back it up. It's just you can't fuck with that shit. That can't, man.
Yeah, exactly. Merab just like dominates on the cardio and dominates on the grappling, right? And that's what Umar is good at as well. So it's like,
and he's a little bit, and he's bigger, so it's like I feel like and he's younger, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All those things are just like stacking up against. I'm like, fuck it, maybe the minus 300 is okay for sure.
Yeah, throw it in my greasy parlay for sure.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that. I haven't fired anything, but yeah, I've been having a hard time with these main events here. We got the main event here, another title fight. We got a rematch: Islam Makhachev against Arman Tsarukyan, but for higher stakes at this time. Last time, obviously, Islam won, and but then it was a different time. They were saying that was Tsarukyan when he was like real early in his career. But Islam Makhachev right now minus 370, Tsarukyan plus 295, plus 300. Man, that's kind of similar to the last odds, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, who do you like?
It's a tough fight. Tsarukyan's like got way better than the first fight, but so is Islam. Man, I think Islam, he's just a rockhead. Like Tsarukyan has the power to maybe knock him out, but at the same time, I don't know. He couldn't knock out Oliveira. You know what I mean? And then low key, I thought Oliveira could have came back and won that fight. Like if I wouldn't like nobody would have been mad if they would have just gave a split decision for Oliveira, but like, oh yeah, for sure, I see it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the way Islam did to Oliveira, literally dropped him, then subbed him. Like that's crazy. Islam just like I feel like he's on another level right now. He's doing his like second rematch for himself. But Tsarukyan's a beast though. He's out there. He's like a little pit bull. If he can go out there and like really just like I said, like do like he has to do like maybe if Morocco could sleep the other guy, he just had to try to sleep him quick, and I feel like that's his only chance.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, everyone knows about Islam Makhachev. Obviously, he's a champ. He's the guy, and he's getting better every time. That's the one thing that's scary is because like you notice that he is getting better throughout his every fight that you've been seeing him, and he's just getting in his prime. So that's kind of scary. And Arman Tsarukyan, I think, I mean, it's disrespectful that he's this big of an underdog because he never is. But it's like but this is Islam, you know what I mean? So I've been having a hard time because I think Islam wins because he's just better everywhere, even if it's just by a little bit in some aspects. But minus 300, 370, almost minus 300, 400 is a lot. And I could see Arman Tsarukyan possibly win. Like you said, flash knockouts, those things can happen.
That's his only way of winning, I think.
Yeah. The one thing that does scare me with Tsarukyan and why I know he's an underdog, not just because he lost the first time, but he keeps saying in all his interviews lately, like, oh, people think I shouldn't wrestle. Nobody wants to wrestle Islam, and that people think that was the mistake, but I can wrestle him. It's like, I don't like hearing that. Like, I don't know, dude. Like that doesn't sound like the best plan, game plan. So.
Was Islam by submission?
Islam by submission is plus 300.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go.
That's good. Islam, man. Islam. Then the under over is 4.5, and the over is minus 175. So, some people think they could go decision. I don't know how to play this right now. To be honest, I mean, for the pick, I'm going Islam Makhachev. I just can't get myself to put, some money on it. Maybe I'll anchor him in a greasy parlay, and he'll be the last leg if the parlay's still alive. And then I'll hedge some money on Arman Tsarukyan at plus 300 and do it that way. But I think Arman is more alive this time than when he was fighting the first time. I think
but both of them weren't even like known that one. So
exactly, it's just hard. Islam is the man, but it's just like
he's been backing it up too. I mean, he's like the bigger fighter. He's strong as fuck. Islam, he's better now too. Like it's like you can say Arman's hella good now too, but Islam's even better than he was back then. Like now he like the fight with Poirier, he's outstriking Poirier, bleeding, still coming forward, like and then tapped him in the end when the fight was about to over. He's a beast.
Yeah, he's gotten better every fight. So that's just the one thing that's super scary. So
and Tsarukyan's tough too, like his frame, but he can't toss around Islam like that. He may be able to do something cool in the beginning because he's going to be so fresh, and he could do maybe a cool slam, maybe get him down once, or maybe not even. But only in the beginning, I feel like we're going to see like a good flurry by Tsarukyan.
Yeah, he even said he got gassed out in that first time they fought. Like he was trying to grapple too hard, and like he was hard. He said he was being hard headed when like he couldn't get him down. Sometimes he like forced it and tried to like use hella energy at the beginning, and it fucked him up the whole time. So hopefully he learns from it, but we don't know, man. I don't know about this Arman guy. He's trying to rizz up people. What's her name?
Yeah, the danger.
Yeah, Danielle chick or whatever. Yeah. Is that her name?
It's like Nina Danger, right?
Nina. it's Nina, not Nina. With the A, bro.
Islam.
Yeah, Islam. He got the whole religion backing him. So shout outs to Rizlam. Oh man, but yeah, man. Let's just tell the people what we like here. What's kind of your top picks or top bets, whatever you want to tell the people.
Yeah. Off the rip, I'm gonna do the greasy parlay, man. I got Rizlam. What's his name?
Rizlam.
Umar and Nurmagomedov. The way Joe Rogan said that one time was hilarious. But yeah, him, Umar, the pole dancer Peyton Talbot, and Jalton Almeida.
Talbot. Okay. All right.
And then straight up bet, I'm gonna do Benil Dariush.
Dariush.
And then another straight up bet with the straight up bet of the horniness of Eileen Perez.
Perez plus money. What's she at here? Perez is plus 215.
And then we're gonna do a clench your booty hole parlay with Jiri and Kevin Holland.
Yuri and Kevin Holland. Yuri and Holland. All right. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on some of these here, man. So I gotta go with start out with Dariush, plus 145 as well. I like Kevin Holland. He's minus 110. I like what is it, Jamal Hill? He's minus 125 on Bet Online right now. And last but not least, I'm gonna go with Carol Rosa parlayed with Sopage. Yeah, Carol Rosa with Sopage. And I guess I'll add a third one so we could get plus money out of it. Sopage and what's the other guy? Oh, Grant Dawson. Yeah, I'm going with those three right there. Rosa, Dawson, and Sopage. Those are some solid plays here, man. Hopefully we start out with a banger. We're doing a lot of this, the focusing on a lot of the pay-per-views this year. Really talking about what really matters. But we'll conversate a lot more in the other cards too as we and recap on those as we.
The Saudi one's going to be good.
Yep. Yeah. We'll pick and choose. We'll surprise y'all sometimes too. We'll do what we can. But yeah, check out the group chat on Wax. Man, enjoy this pay-per-view. It's Martin Luther King weekend. It's Donald Trump weekend, depending on who you celebrate there.
He is the dream. Oh.
Yeah. It's your boy's birthday, so it's Dave's weekend. So it's everybody's weekend, man. It's y'all's weekend.
It's your weekend. Time to come up. Hey, New Year, man. We're gonna start off with a bang. Let's cash. Let's check it.
Let's check it. Peace.